recording for last market update. If you missed it, that's going to be uploaded to along with this one. So stay tuned for that. I know we didn't upload it yet, but we'll get to that. So just keep on the lookout for that. But yeah, with further ado, Blastar, go ahead and do your thing, and then I'll take over after.
All right. Can you guys hear me okay? Everybody hear me okay? You hear me okay, right? All right. Awesome. So we're going to do a screen market update for what's happening this week. What could wait for the next week? Maybe a few samples, things that happen during the week. This is going to be a little bit different, of course, because this is what Arthur likes to do. We're going to talk about the market, and then we can talk about the Bitcoin market, the crypto. So,
hey, Blast, real quick, can you share your screen in Discord as well?
I could. Let's see if I can. Share screens. I want to say screen. Yeah. Full live.
Perfect.
Is that good?
Perfect.
Everybody sees. All right. So let's start the market update. So this is what we like to do, right? We like to see things on a canvas, right? Like completely clean. What we're gonna see. Where are we? We all know that we are on a small pullback on this big run, right? So we know that we have those pullbacks because people like to take profits. When we have these runs, we take profits. Remember that this is a game that it's not only money, but there's time on it. So let's say if I give you this breakout right here, and I said, look, right here, you're going to invest at 440, and you might be at around 480 in June, right? So if I tell you that as a, let's say, money maker or a hedge fund manager or an analyst that say, hey, I actually want that strategy. If I tell you that, and if I promise that compounded all the way down to June around 480, what if we buy that 440 and by January we are at 480? It's time. So I will sell as a hedge fund manager or as a manager or as an analyst that you pay me to run your money and say, hey, remember that investment is done. It's already January and it's at 480. Are we going to reinvest? Are we going to put more money? What's going on? And then we can check out what's going on with the market and if it's going, right? So that's some of the things that people do on in the market. It's time, remember. So if you plan, for example, a swing trade and said, hey, I want to plan a swing trade to go from $10 to $20, and that's gonna give or take based on my ATR on the weekly, based on earnings and whatnot, it's gonna give me a month or so to do that. What if you get it in a week? You have to make that decision. Say, hey, are we running in a spot that we might be able to sell? Why not, right? So this is what's happening right now. We're very, very clear. We had that pullback here last year, right? It was like one of those megaphone pullbacks that we all like because we have a lot of volatility. Imagine shorting the market here. We have big volatility to play with. We imagine trying to get long on the market around here because we have a lot of volatility all the way out there, right? So we have those pullbacks. We don't expect that on here, but hey, we don't know. We don't know the future, right? All we care is that when we have those pullbacks, we use it as an opportunity. If this was the opportunity to buy, that was a wonderful signal to go in. What if this was a nice opportunity to buy? That was a great signal here. All this oversold conditions on our charts, there were great opportunities to buy. So this is COVID. So as you can see, there's opportunities in the short term when we pull back to the 50% oversold. And so that way we can take those out. But we like to have the EMAs. We love it. We love it in stock and lock. We know how to use them. So we kind of throw them in and see what the EMAs are saying, right? So something that I learned from a big analyst, I forgot his name, but what he taught me in one of his videos is that any line that you throw in the market or in a chart, you will make it believable. Okay. I cannot say, for example, if I have this red line here and said, wow, what a great opportunity, right? Oh, what a great opportunity, or what a great opportunity, or what a great opportunity, right? And I have to reclaim it. And what a great opportunity. I'm not selling this market all the way up, right? So it's all about what I think it is, right? Some of the lines, people know it by heart. This line is the 200 simple moving average, which is a safety net for the hedge fund managers, and say, hey, I'm going to add up, my investment. I'm going to put my money to work when I see prices at this level. Now, in the case of lines, he was saying, hey, what if we take lines and we drop it? Let me put this one. Let's see if we drop it randomly, right? So right now, sorry about the camera. Right now we have. Oh, let me see this thing. I don't think anybody's watching me, but there you go. Let's see if we drop random lines, right? So let me put that one there. So you see, I'm just dropping it randomly, and let's put one there. See, so I am not going, oh, this is the right price. 420.67 is where it bounced and went up, right? I'm just dropping it there, and maybe I can drop here at 500 very, very meticulously. I'm like, oh, I'm just going to go there. Right? When I drop the price back, I'll make it work for me. I'll make it believable. Okay. So imagine if you go, Jesus, I am the best trader, technical trader there is, because look, that line is perfect. Reject it, regain it, and man, I'm buying long here, right? Another one is this one, said, oh my God, look, we needed to bounce up and continue to the next line. When we got to the next line, I told you to sell. If you didn't sell, it's on you. Same thing here. You go, wow, my God, we broke this level and we went to this level. Jesus, you're amazing, because we actually dropped a few times. And then when we broke it, we went all the way up to the next level. And yes, somebody sold it as well there. Now that it was a resistance level, now this is going to become support. So you see, and remember, I dropped these lines randomly. I'm not saying I am the best, technical trader is saying that's 478.19 right here. No, it's just randomly. But if you believe it in a way that, hey, that's helping me to go into the market, you need to make it work for you. That's why technical traders go, you know what? This is what looks to be very beneficial to me. It's bouncing, then it broke. So then if it breaks, it's going to go down, right? At some point, right? So you can say, oh, right here, there was a bounce and a bounce. So maybe here, there's something. And what if you come into this one all the way up there where we have that bullish engulfing signal? We call it uppercut because it's engulfing a whole doji candle, small candle compared to the next one. Then this is a sell signal. So I sell it. And I know this was a level, so it might bounce here or it might go all the way down there, right? And this is where we are right now. So that bounce is like, okay, now it bounced there. But it doesn't mean that it bounced at 493.81 just because, okay? So this is what we have lines. This is what we have EMAs. And this is what we have those strategies that says if you break the white line, then you might go to the green line. You know, if you break the white line here, you might go to the green line, and if you break the green line, you might go to here, right? But not necessarily. So remember that right now we are in the market in a very, very nice level that we know how to trade. In Stock Unlock, we have the Blastar strategy, which is known by everybody here in Stock Unlock. We have the price breaking down the 34 because he was using it as support. You know, it was bouncing and bouncing from it. Now we broke it. I broke it down. 8 EMA crosses down. That's step one is price goes over 34. Step two, 8 EMA crosses down. And step three, a pullback to the 34. Now all we need is a signal to sell it. Okay, so that's basically what we know as a Blastar strategy. But we need to have those bounces to know that that green line means something to them, right? Another way that they use it is based on the 50 SMA. Okay, so right now we're here. We're on a very particular point in the chart that we're below the mid-level line that we like to use. That's the 34 days. So based on the 34 days, we lost the average. We are between the average, so to speak. So it's kind of like if we are here, let me drop something here. Like let's say we're here and we are trying to look for that average here, right? We don't know if this is a bounce, but we don't know if this is the actual bounce, but we can say that this is the actual range that we're dealing with, you know, that whole level. So we need to figure it out what to do. Now, in this case, we need to be selling the market. We need to be going to the downside because we are below the T line. We recaptured the T line yesterday. It was a beautiful kicker signal and go up. Kicker is when we have a downtrend and he kicks and he goes to the other side. So this is a nice reversal signal. Then we recapture the 8 EMA, so the T line. This means that on 15 minutes, we bounce back up. We recapture it. So if you can see the Blastar long happen here. See, so right here we have this VWAP. I'm going to take it out so you guys can see it really quick. So you see this is the 8 EMA below. And now we get on the green line, on the green side of things. So when we bounce back up, we said, okay, bounce back up, try to bounce up, right? Now my steps are clear. Now here we're not clear. Here is clear. The price is up below, above the 34, and the 8 EMA is above. That's step one, step two. Now what we need, it's like here, look, price was above, here, price was above, but 8 EMA never crossed. So then we reset. Again, price is above, 8 EMA is above, then pull back and give me a signal. No signal, then I reset. Then it rejects, it rejects, it rejects. And again, price is above, 8 EMA is not done. So we have to reset. Clear. Price is above the 8 EMA. 8 EMA crosses 34. So all I need right now is a pullback. And the pullback right here is what you're waiting for a signal. So I'm waiting for a signal here, right? If the signal is a kick, then that is my signal to get in. That's why yesterday we reclaimed that T line. So yesterday was a very, let's say, easy in a way trade on the long side because we were above the T line. We were on the Blastar strategy above. Everything was clear to regain. And why 15 minutes? Because 15 minutes it's on the equities. Remember, on crypto, we use 1 hour. So we reclaimed it. We were like completely nice. So today we had a few earnings with BA and Tesla. Tesla did not beat earnings. BA did not beat earnings, if I'm not mistaken. And then all of a sudden they just went up. I don't know if BA did. Probably BA did, right? So when you have this kind of environment right here, you said, well, I think it's a high probability if I fade towards the T line because I'm having so much push from people or from others to go up. And you guys can go ahead and look at our chat room. We were looking at this fade and we said Tesla might fade. Tesla did not fade that well. BOT faded completely to the T line, beautiful. But we were expecting a bounce from the T line. So that's when the bounce from the T line happened during the day. And if I take because I don't use this, right? So it was a beautiful bounce. The yellow is the pre-market data. So the bounce was beautiful. This was a beautiful bounce from the T line. And look at we opened here and we finished there. So the range was very small. It was nice. This is bullish mode. Bullish for tomorrow, bullish for the next week and whatnot. And what happened? We had Meta, we had IBM with earnings. They both beat, I think, and things crash. Now, we don't know if that's what making the market crash in a way below the T line, or is it the GDP tomorrow? Because we have GDP tomorrow, right? So that's one of the things. If you go here on Econo Day, that's what we use. Let me use here Econo Day, so we can do it econoday.com, and you use right here on announcement. You say, hey, view full calendar. Tomorrow we have GDP, and we have trade goods and jobless claims. Who knows if these guys know something about this reports that they need to drop some money in the market and say, hey, let's take some profits because we don't know. It's so uncertain, right? Right now, the market after hours dropped to below the T line. So we're not out of the woods. If you take, for example, Tesla, see, Tesla, it's all above the T line. This is a very bullish move from this guys because it's above. So I have the support of that, right? Look at BA completely fade beautiful when they did the earnings. We said, hey, it's gonna fade to the T line. It's very probable with all this nonsense with the CEOs and planes and whatnot, right? So we know that's where we are. SPY is bullish in this point, but we're not out of the woods from all this short, okay? Shorts might take it all the way down to the golden pocket. Shorts might take it all the way down to the 100 level or 0 level, right? And see if they want to continue. If you're shorting, you want to continue, right? When do we know, or when do we have things clear? You know, when we have that, when we, and that's very technical, right? We have a top, which is right here. And we have this area right here, which is the high. And this is the lower high, lower high, low, lower lows, and lower lows. If this thing completely continues down, that's what we want to keep doing. We want to keep doing what they've been doing. But these pullbacks are opportunities to sell more, right? To be on the short side. But above the T line, try not to short anything, right? Short it to the T line if you want, but remember that that's where you are. So that's where SPY is. And after that analysis, you can see where we are. This is what I call the offer line, the green line. I'm offering these prices. If you don't like it, reject me. But if I go up and I offer them and you like them, I'm up, all the way up. When I will close the deal here below the 34. And everybody that it's on the elite, everybody that's been here for Stock Unlocked for quite some time knows that that's how we do it. Above the 34, we stay long. Below the 34, that's an opportunity to buy more if we see buy signals to the upside, right? We have the Dow Jones 30, same thing. Look, bouncing from 34, bouncing from 34, bouncing from 34, broke the 34, and it's coming back to the 34 to offer those prices. If they don't like it, they reject it. It's wonderful because we're gonna have that opportunity when this thing happens right here. When they offer here, they don't like it, you continue short. But when they go up, they offer, and if they like it, you go long all the way up to here. So we have a few opportunities in the market. There's some stocks that they're actually doing quite well, but look at how QQQ is doing. bouncing from 34, bouncing from 34, bouncing from that average. And then you start seeing the weakness. A lot of sellers, and they sold it. They went up and they're, sorry, they are offering these prices and say, hey, can I go past this green line above or not, right? That's where we have QQQ. The other one is the IWM, right? IWM is in a similar condition. Bouncing from that, they were trying to impulse. Right here, look it out, right there. Bounce, ABC, a curve. We call this the Ichi move. And that was a great opportunity to buy longs here. But it's finding some tops. 210s, it's a top for them. This is the lower high area. High, lower high, right? So, and you can see how weak this is. IWM. The other one that we like to look is the short-term volatility, right? So right now, look at how these guys are on daily. This is very, in a way, bearish. So these guys are not participating on this run to the downside in the market. This is like the ratio from calls and puts for the next 30 days. So imagine how this is. This is going down. It's actually on calls. Everybody on calls. And today something happened. So we'll see if this support will make it work. And we have this head and shoulders inverse to go to the downside. I know people personally that like to short this 1 or 2 times a year. That's it. That's all they do. And they make 30K here and they make another 40K in August, and that's it. They don't make more. They say, hey, I'm done with 60K a year by just doing those 2 trades. But they put a lot of money on it, right? But if when you see pops, they short, pops short, pops short. And you can see this is a pop short kind of environment, right? So let's look it up on the crypto side of things. We know on our markets, we can check what is it? MicroStrategy, Mara, Riot, HUD, all those good opportunities that the equities throw you on Bitcoin. So MSTR, look at how MSTR is. Same thing, price down, ADMA, pull back, signal to the downside. This is a strategy that we have. So this one is a short signal to go into the downside and continue shorting below the 34. Right, that's HUD. That's MSTR. The other one could be Square that has a little bit of crypto in it. Right, same thing, down, pull back, rejected. We have Mara. This one is being below. You know, this is a beautiful signal that we've known right here. Like I already can see it here. Right here, I will take down out the EMAs because I don't need them, and I'll go here. Look right here. When I go on the downside, it's going into the downside. I'm waiting for a pullback to give me opportunity to get in, and right there I get the opportunity from all the way down to all the way up. This is my 50% level. That's my Ichi level. If I break 20, I have a good opportunity to go all the way up to 15. So if I break that, I might go to the downside 15s, right? So that was a great trade on this one. And right here, we like to call price discovery. It might bounce, or he might do whatever he wants to do. But what we know is that this is high probability setups for stock unlocked. We know this, and probably there's a few on the stream right now. They're laughing. They're like, "Oh my God, it's so clear. It is right there in front of us." All right. So this is the crypto. What we can see on the crypto map right now. Just changing back to the crypto. We'll go back to the equities if you guys have any questions, and I will pass on to you, Fodi. So here's the crypto map right now, how we are. And this is the performance on 1 hour. And I can see maybe performance on a week and see how it is, right? So we have, and that's why Bitcoin and Ethereum are a little bit bigger, because that's more like the market share that they have, right? So we know Bitcoin is the biggest. So right now, Bitcoin is 33% on the week, Ethereum is 126, and maybe we can throw it a little bit bigger on the monthly, right? So on the monthly side of things, we're negative, right? So you can do that. And so if Bitcoin is negative, then why am I trying to go long on others? Go with what is happening right now. If you see year to date, say what's the year to date performance? That's it's up 50% Bitcoin, Ethereum 36%. Beautiful. So I think this year I can be making money on the long side because Bitcoin is up, right? But I have to go drill down on my weeklies, dailies, monthlies to see if should I be aggressive this week because it's negative, on the upside. I should be a little bit cautious, and if the market is doing the same thing, whatnot. So on the heat map, you guys can call it on Trading View. It's very easy to do, and you can just take out the negatives, right, and see who was 3% above, and you can just check what's happening. On the daily, we can take out something like this and say, well, which ones are working? Do we see anything that it's famous in a way? We see Solanas? No. We see Galas? No. We see Bitcoin? No. Ethereum? No. Probably for you guys and for 40, some of this are famous, but for me, they're not. Baby Dogecoin, what is that? So stuff like that, it's what you want to see. But if Bitcoin on the daily, let's put it this way, if Bitcoin is negative, let's go with the negatives and let's check out if we see famous Solana, Dogecoin, Cardano, XRP. To me, those are the only ones I know. Shiba, right? So we know that these guys are going down, right? So I can check on Solana right now, and I go, well, I think I have it here. So if I go Solana, it's negative on the day, it's below the T line, which is 1 hour. Let me delete all the drawings on this one, right? It's below the T line, so I should be short. I should look up short. I cannot think of myself like I need to be long. I'm gonna time it, and this is gonna go up. I'd rather be with everybody else. This is short, so if I go down on the time, 10 minutes, if I go down the 34, I will wait. I'm using CC 2000 stuff, but right here, if I see pullbacks to the 34, I'll see pullbacks to the 34. I'll wait for these signals to give me the entry. So that signal entry point on the short side will give me a big probability on the downside. Good, perfect short. Oh, you want to go up again? All right, let's go up again. Again, perfect. Come on. And then it gives you that big up, down, you see? So it's giving you some impulses. So this is a nice impulse. This might be a price discovery point for Solana, but look, it's all the way down below the 34. You close it above the 34. And I use 10 minutes for this. But my first decision is, what should I be long or should I be short? It's below the T line, which is 1 hour. What I mean by T line is the birth of the trade. Okay. If I see this below the 144 1 hour, that means that on the daily is below the 8 EMA. And I want to be long here. And I want to be long here, this pullback, and I want to be celebrating this pullback up because I need to be long. But if I go below the T line, I'm short. This is a short opportunity. Is this, and after we saw the equities, is this the same? Go down the 34, pull back to the 144, goes back to the 34, and it gets rejected. That's exactly what we just say here on the equities market. SPY. Does SPY has something to do with Solana? Not really. Does it have any correlation to it? Not really. It's below that 34, pulling back down. It's exactly doing the same thing. See? So you can see the correlation, like these guys are moving how this is actually a little bit good news for the crypto, because you can see that whoever is playing in the other side is here. Whoever is making the money there is here, because it feels the same way, right? It feels like whoever is got all the investments there are here. That's why we have all those ETFs that come up. Now the correlation is beautiful. Now let's look at Bitcoin. If you guys are wondering where Bitcoin is. Now, after I show you Solana, after I show you the SPY, QQQ technology, DIA, industrials, and whatnot, do you think Bitcoin is a little bit bullish? I think so, because it's not the way all the way down here, and it's not all the way up to reject. It's above here. So I think it's somehow not calibrated with the rest, right? Let's look up, and I'll come back to Bitcoin. Look at Dodge. Look at Dodge right here. Beautiful down, pull back, bah, rejection. So it's very tight compared to this guy, which is Bitcoin, right? And let's look at Ethereum, which is the other guy. It's very tight, right? Very, very tight. Below here, we were expecting this rejection because it's below the 34, but we were hopeful because we were above the T line, right? So right now, to me, if everybody else is going below the T line, I have to be short. Right now, Bitcoin, it's a short, right? And when I say a short, I'm not saying I don't believe in the technology, sell all your Bitcoin and all the stuff. No, I'm just thinking as a trader, okay? And as a trader, if I wanna make a good trade, I will go into, for example, right now 6:34. I need to remember what time it closes the crypto on the day. What's the market on the day? Maybe in an hour, and I will say an hour and 30 minutes, I think. Then I have that volatility to play with. I am below the T line, which is right here, below this white line, 8 EMA. I'm below, so I should be below the 144 in 1 hour. Ah, beautiful. See, Control R, what's it? Alt R. So I'm below, right? And in this 1 hour, I'm below that 8 EMA as well, right? So I should be short. But when should I be aggressive? Short. I should be aggressive when it comes back to the 34. Okay. When this one comes back to the 34 and rejects it. Right. So I want to have an impulse here. Go up, impulse, and down. Kill it. Right. Or if he reclaims the T line, if he reclaims that T line, which is this, then I will have a little bit of hope on this kind of formation, right? And there's a lot of traffic here. So if there's a lot of traffic here, I know that I should not be aggressive on my longs, but I should be aggressive if this test here and I'm trying to break that area, right? And that's what I'm projecting, right? But if I'm below here, nice formations to the downside. Go into Dutch, or maybe if you want to see some good formations, go into, I suggest you guys go into CoinGlass. This is how I find trades here. CoinGlass, you can use the whole screener, which is completely free. You don't have to log in or anything. It's free. So you guys can say, hey, everything right now is negative. It's below the T line. So let's do some shorts. Let's play on the short side. So on the price, 24 hours percentage, the biggest short is Flip, Popcat, HBAR, ZKF, right? I don't see anything that I know, like Solana, Gala, whatnot. The first one that I can see maybe Turbo, SATS that we've seen, and WLD that we've seen. WLD will have a good volume. Look at 800 million. The other ones are a little bit smaller, but this one is 5.9 billion. But what is the price? That's why it's a lot, right? But that's a lot of volume on that. So let's look at H bar really quick, and then I pass it on to Fody. H bar, and we can take futures. And this is how it is right now on the H bar day. So it's a negative kind of day, but it had a huge spike. Now, this is a down day, but look, it's above the T line. So try not to short or short towards this T line. So should I do a short right now for this to there? Is it my reward good? Probably not, right? So think about that. But you are having that same situation that is having. This one would have been a very nice BB strat, just to see all those outliers, and the next negative you take it to the downside. But just to summarize, we have GDP tomorrow, we have jobless claims tomorrow, and that's gonna make a move on the market. We had earnings from Meta, which closed this gap. In a way, this thing is still very bullish, regardless of what happened today. But this is a statement from the investors saying there's something that we don't like, and you have to pay attention to it. We had this drop after the market, which was earnings, but these guys beat on both sides. So closing the gaps, as the Japanese say, and now we can go long. So we'll see what we do, but it's below the T line, so why not keep shorting this stuff? And we had IBM, which had the same issue, drop. But if I tell you like this and say, hey, look at how the AEMA crossed the 34, bounced back to the 34, would you go long on these earnings or short? And you're waiting for a signal to sell it, and that was a good signal to sell it. On the Meta side of things, was below, and yesterday was trying to put up. So this was something that people were not expecting, but he closed below the T line, and he completely bust everyone out. But if you guys have any questions, any charts that you want me to see before I pass it on to Fody, this is your time, guys.
Actually, Blast.
Yeah.
Can you go over what? Oh, I'm getting a lot of echo. 1 second. Oh, can you go over Tesla and all the news that they came out with yesterday? I know they announced some stuff. They tanked a little bit, then they shot back up. But yeah, just that.
Yeah. So Tesla, like I said earlier, I mean, to me, Tesla is bullish right now, but it's been very bearish, as we know, pulling back to the 34, pulling back. What I like to see on Tesla is holding levels of macro levels. Okay, this is a very nice signal for us on a macro scale. Pullback, signal, and we go. This is like the Ichi-Nissan that we do, and if I can show you on a macro scale Meta Ichi-Nissan how this would have changed your portfolio in a way, because look, we had the IPO, we had that ABC down and the fight, and this is the only thing we do in Ichi-Nissan. Then this is the only thing we do. What we do in Elite is we train the guys to be able to understand what happens and know how to trade it. But all I do is I take this to the downside and I measure the range. That's my range of pullback. And if I get a 50% rejection, it gives me great rules to play with. So right now, when it gets to the 50, I don't want this to keep going. I want this to reject. I want this to go like this. And I will be happy. I will be happy if he rejects. Not happy because I have money on Meta, but I'm happy because my rules are plain. And my rules is if I break 31, 34, I have big chances to go to $62. And that is all the way up 100% on my investment. The time, I have no idea. If you tell me what call should I buy, I have no idea. It could be 1 month, it could be 1 week, it could be 90 days, it could be a whole year. So this is weeks. But look, if you go on shares, this is your entry point. And you have to play the swing trade all the way up towards the 62 points. See? So this is a macro scale Ichi. Now, by me telling you this right now, let's go to Tesla. And just remember the steps. A, B, C, pullback, fight, and then here is when they bulls decided. Look at Tesla on the daily on a macro scale. And we already talked about this with some students and stuff on Elite. We have, and let me take everything out so you don't have any noise. You have the pullback, you have the fight, and then you were waiting for this pullback. So it's basically you're saying all the way down my range, it's around that 263 level. If this thing breaks out here, I have a good chance that this thing can go to $600. When? I have no idea. I could. This is our first step. This is the pullback to easy. What is it? Profit takings, right? It's easy because we know that everybody sold it there, so they might sell it there. If they don't sell it there, it might push up and might test it. But you don't want that. You don't want this small pullbacks to go all the way up there. You want a nice pullback and you want a nice move to the upside, right? So right now we're in a level that if you hear Cathie Wood or if you hear people saying Tesla is a $1,000 stock, it's a $700 stock. If you go into analysts, and the analysts here, if you go to really quick on what is it, Market Watch. It's a diagnose issue. Market. Oh, there you go. Oh, it's on the other. It's on here. Let me put one of these ones, and I put Market Watch here because I'm logged in on this one. There you go. If you go into the analysts, what analysts are saying, and I think what changed on the. Let me see if this one does. Reload. It's not going. So let's see. If you go into the analyst saying that, let's see right here, analyst. Oh no, let's go into right here, maybe NASDAQ. And then we can go into Tesla. And what I want to show you is that some people, let's see here, we got dividend story, short interest, news and analysis, analyst research. So right here, you can see what the analysts are saying. Let me see if I can really quick here on, was it Tip Ranks? Yeah, Tip Ranks, that's something that I use. So you go Tesla and say, hey, what are the guys saying about Tesla? Are they playing on the upside? Look at right now on the analyst. So this is kind of like on the next 12 months, it's around here, but this is 177 and we are what is it? What's the level right now? 160. But I want to show you the list. There are analysts that will tell you, oh, this is a 600, 1,000 stock. Then we have to believe it in a way. Say, hey, these guys have a case that they went through the pipeline. They went through what they have on their books. They went through analysis with Elon Musk, with people in the company. They do the work for you. They go there. The thing is that analysts, they play for themselves. So if analysts says buy, go short, go short, right? But we need to see those analysis to see if we're going to the upside. Right now, we are, long story short, right now we are in this level. We have a nice opportunity of volatility that might work, and this might get out here. I am long on Tesla in forecast. I don't have any positions, but I am long in the forecast for Tesla. There was one member here that put it on the chat room, and you need to be very, very careful when you draw your lines as a technical analyst, because I cannot say that, oh, here, this one, and it's right here. Oh, nice, this is the move. I don't know if this is the bounce, right? The bounce might come here, might come here, might come there. When do I know this is a bounce? When we take this out. When this starts bouncing all the way up here, I get, oh, okay, that's the bounce. But I have to be very careful. And I cannot say, if I take this out and I extend to the left, it's right here, So
Yeah.
we go back to what we said in the beginning. My line, I'm making believable right now. Oh, he hit over there. Beautiful, all right? But it's just like if I take this, which was randomly, and I said extended left, oh my God, I'm so good. See? So you see my point? So all you got to do is just look at the macro levels on the Tesla. I will take monthlies, I will take yearlies as well. And if you think about it, what you have to do is take the half point. This is the half point of this negative day. If you trade above, go bullish. And here, if you trade above this positive day, go bullish here. But if you are here trading below the half point of last year, you still need to be bearish, or you still need to be looking at opportunities on the long side, but on the reversal. But right now, all bearish, monthly, all bearish, weekly, all bearish. As far as if I pass this midpoint levels, I might work with it. Right now, I cannot tell you if you want a short or long, because it's not in a spot around the 34. This is a nice signal for the Japanese, which is the piercing line. So it traded above this price, but we got to wait to see what happened. All in all, this is a great opportunity to go to the long side if we break this level all the way up here. Beautiful, because then all our lines will be aligned.
Awesome. All right. Sorry if I cut you off, Blast. My bad. All right. So, okay, where am I echoing from? Oh, I know. All right. Guys, real quick. I'll be really quick. I just want to go over some stuff in the Web3 world. Just so I get you up to speed, because there are some important things that happened, right? Like we have the halving. What does that mean? What's going on? This and that. All right. So having happened, why isn't Bitcoin pumping to the moon? It's a variety of reasons. But if you looked at the past four halvings, this is like I mentioned before, there's usually a post dip, and then on a macro term, it's mainly bullish. Hold on, we got a message here, CoinGlad. Okay, so, but as for short term, I mean, you have a lot going on in the world. Obviously, you got conflict, you got this, and you got that going on. Let's talk about runes. Runes is a hot topic right now, and I'm going to make it pretty simple to understand right now. All right. So, what are runes? Runes basically, or the rune protocol. It's another thing that you're able to do on Bitcoin. Before we had the BRC20 standard, which was like a real, finicky, clunky token standard for Bitcoin, didn't really work well. And then runes came about. Runes is, said to be more efficient, faster, yada, yada, yada. Still, granted, very complicated, but hopefully I can make it easier for you. Now, runes, what are runes? Runes are essentially just meme coins on, meme coins or can be altcoins on on Bitcoin. So, one thing I wanted to bring up is how complex and hard understanding it is to understand runes in general. I feel like this is like a very early state. Granted, Bitcoin has been around for so long, but being able to do all these different things on the mother chain where they have it before, like you've done on Ethereum and everything, is kind of exciting. Yeah, it's super hard to understand. There's going to be a lot of FUD going about it. It's not going to be really retail friendly at first, but we've seen this time and time again with other chains like Ethereum, especially on how new discoveries are usually very hard at first, but people start to catch on and everything, and then before you know it, these stuff like this starts blasting off. Like I think we haven't seen I think we haven't seen the best of Ordinals yet. I think we haven't seen the best of runes, obviously, yet. So how do you get runes? Magic Eden makes it super easy. You just go on, onto the Bitcoin part, go to runes, select rune. Obviously, do your research on what rune you're gonna buy. You could go on here and then say if I wanted Satoshi Nakamoto or whatever. Uh, you know, keep in mind there's this thing that you need to understand, and that's called splitting when it comes to runes. Runes are sold in lots. Lots have a certain amount of that specific rune in them. If you d- and you need to do this thing called splitting if you don't want to sell that whole lot. And the whole reason this is a thing is because of UTXOs. I could sit here and explain UTXOs with you right now, but we would be here for hours. It's truly it's complicated. It's how the transactions are processed on Bitcoin. Uh, but these runes exist on UTXOs. So you would need if you bought, you know, two lots of or one lot of Satoshi and you get 1900 Satoshi runes. In order to only sell a portion, like I said, you have to split it. Now there is a splitting tool in Magic Eden, and there's also this tool called Luminex, which is super easy too as well. And they have a function where you could split and mint these runes. But keep in mind when you're minting these tokens, you don't want to split when if the token's about to mint out, or else you're just going to waste your money. But I'm going to post this website on here. This is also a good website to if you wanted to create your own rune as well. But I'll put this in NFT up, or I'll put in the stage chat. If anybody wants to look into it, you're more than welcome to. But that's pretty much what runes are. Now, let's go over NFTs. How are NFTs doing right now? All in all, market's still a little grim. You had a little bit of life with some stuff. I'll tell you, you know, probably the most resilient NFTs in this market right now, where majority NFTs are down, are probably the Miladies or Emilios. Something about them, they're strong. But if you go through down this list, especially on Ethereum, like I think there's some discount buys. You know, if yeah, yeah, like I mean, you guys were like Azuki, MFers, all like that. But I'm not so focused on Ethereum NFTs right now. I'm pretty much at the point where like maybe where I'm just gonna let my hopefully let my Ethereum NFT bag recover. But yeah, I mean, as far as Solana and Bitcoin, there's some other good deals as well. But as far as like Ethereum NFTs, yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's still massive deals going on. I don't think they're dead. I think there's still a lot of life in this specific chain, especially base NFTs. But there's definitely projects in Ethereum that are still building and still, have a name for themselves. Solana, there's also Solana. As far as the Solana market goes, the Solana FT market super down, lots of discounts. There's a couple that I do want to point out. Collections, okay, Solana. Like if you just go down this list right now, right? What do we have? Okay, Mad Lads super cheap. I know 89 Sol is not cheap, but what these were at, I mean, they're down 39%. Tensorians, they just had they had a really good airdrop for the Tensor marketplace. If you interacted a little bit with that marketplace, you got a couple $100. Very very happy with them. I'm sure they're gonna have some stuff planned down the pipeline. Those are a good one to pick up. I feel like Source for sure. Those are OG, great IP. 13 sold for that is super cheap. Maybe pick up a Badago. Nick and Po. They're constantly building. They have a fantastic community behind them. Yeah, Kenpai Pandas are pretty cheap too. Yeah, Zero Monk Biz too is. I mean, they're holding steady, but 6.5 Sol, that's still free to me for them. That's just to name a couple in Solana. As far as BTC goes, mm, there's just yeah. I have my eye on Tiny Vikings. There's a lot of people out there that really like them, and I still think they're pretty cheap. I think I'm gonna maybe pick some of those up. But yeah, and that's pretty much for the NFT markets. Um now let's just go over the past couple things. I really hope you guys did that quick little alpha. I put it under airdrop guides or no alpha calls. Okay, here we go. I really hope you guys did this meme land stake land guide that I posted in the alpha calls. I mean, this is a meme land project. It's too late already. You don't try doing it anymore. But I really hope you guys took advantage of that because they're gonna be dropping you some runes. And meme land is a huge NFT project and a very successful one at that. If you did the param, airdrop farming has concluded with that, so that airdrop should be coming soon. Also, I want to talk to you guys about um social social fi, like engagement farming airdrops. Probably not going to be posting those as much anymore, as I'm sure you've heard that Elon is going to be very strict about engagement farming on Twitter. You most likely will get banned if you're caught doing it, and also the source of the project will be caught banned doing it as well. So I'm gonna be very careful on those guys that I post, so you guys don't get your accounts banned. I'm sure these future projects that thought they're going to do some socialify mechanic are now going to pivot to something else. And this is a good and bad thing. It might become like a kind of like a token gated concept or like a paywall gated concept where you're gonna have to actually spend money to interact with their protocol in order to farm the airdrop. But I kind of like that a lot better. Let's do an update on Blast. Blast is still doing a Blast thing. Is there a website I could check what is the latest NFT big sale? So not I mean, there's a bunch of news outlets that like little like news like websites that that get that information. But honestly, that's just stuff that you kind of like scan yourself. Um if you have like a specific project in mind that like a popular project, it's easy just to go into that collection, just see the activity. The merge, the most expensive energy sold is the merge, the NFT collection created by a digital artist, Pac. Anderson. Oh, Pac. Yeah, Pac. How long ago was that, Blaster? Because Pac went kind of silent on Twitter for a while. Yeah, X Copy had some big NFT sales, like obviously everyone's heard of Beeple. Beeple's had some huge NFT sales, um, in the millions. December 3rd, 2021, the NFT marketplace have to get. Yeah, that seems about right. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much for Web3. Runes super complicated, but I recommend do not be sleeping on them. Do not sleep on runes. Do not sleep on ordinals. And do not sleep on Solana for sure. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. If anyone wants to come up to speak, please let me know. Semper. All right, Semper, I invited you up. Jackie, did you claim that unicorn drop? Any thoughts on where ENS domains stand? I mean, ENS domains, they're great, right? I mean, it makes it super simple to send and receive transactions. As far as like you should do that soon, by the way, Jackie. As far as a broader utilities basis on that, it's tough to say. I really don't know. I really don't know how in demand domains really are. At first, people were super excited about them, or like, oh, this is how the internet's going to be now. Every URL address is going to be, a crypto wallet or whatever. But I honestly couldn't tell you. I honestly couldn't tell you. Yeah, I don't really have an opinion on them. I'm not I don't think they're the future by any means. I'm not thrilled about them, but I see the need for them. I see I see the desire in them. I see how they make things a lot easier. All right. Let me on stage say, oh, I you are on stage, Blaster. Just I think you're just muted or unmute yourself.
There you go.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah, I think
Oh.
I might have closed it on that, but yeah, just to say bye to everyone. If any questions about the market, any questions about BTC, just send DMs, man. We're here.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys, that's it for the market update. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate you listening to us as always. And feel free to reach out if you need anything. This, like I said before, last week's market update, it's going to be uploaded, and this week it will be uploaded with this week as well. And we'll post those for you guys on our YouTube and internally as well. So stay tuned.
All right, guys, take it easy.